Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Mother... Wait, do you mind? How's it going, guys? You all right? I look a bit rough. I didn't sleep very well last night. That's a lovely cup of coffee. I think we need a little bit of height. Yeah, so, yeah, get my hair cut tomorrow. I'm quite fortunate. Most of the guys that I went to school with, they don't have any hair left. It wouldn't bother me, to be honest, if I had to shave it off. It wouldn't bother me at all. How you doing, guys? You all right? Well, first of all, this is going to be a long video, I think, a long morning briefing, because I got my coffee, and yeah, I got a lot on my mind that I want to talk to you about. So you might want to put kettle on. I've been out for breakfast. That won't surprise you, will it? Well, I get my my YouTube and Google money, if you like, each month on the 23rd, which was yesterday. 22nd, 23rd. Didn't go in the 22nd, so it went in on the 23rd. So I've, you know what I mean, a bit flush, so I can go get some decent grub. You know what I mean, for a brekkie. Trust me, it wouldn't stop me if I was fucking skint. But yeah, 23rd, so bank balance always looks good for about 2 days. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, go and get breakfast. And what I did, was I took my laptop with me and updated my newsletter. You know, my my mailing list. For those of you that don't know, that's how Cop Talk started back in the 1990s. I used to send emails out to Liverpool fans all over the world, the latest news and everything, you know, that they couldn't really access back then. There was no official LFC website, no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Google, no nothing really. And it was like a lifeline to Anfield, really. Do you know what I mean? And then from the newsletter, from that mailing list, the website was born, and there wasn't really a need for it anymore, so I stopped doing it because we had the website. And then we've evolved over the years into video, for example, now, and podcasts, audio, audio. And newsletters and mailing lists, they're making a bit of a comeback, I think. However, newsletters have always been around throughout them 26 years. But I think that newsletters are usually used by companies to push products and advertising on people rather than put a message or content to them. However, if you subscribe to my newsletter, for example, the link is in the video description, I don't include any advertisements. I don't even promote the members' website or anything, or I don't do anything like that. As you will see. So anyway, so I went out and did that newsletter today. I took my laptop with me and I enjoyed it. Because now that the season's over, it'll give me a little bit more time. In a typical week, I don't usually leave my house. I usually do Cop Talk 7 days a week. Yes, from time to time, you know, like the other day, I had friends visiting, so I went out in the afternoon. I'm lucky I can do things like that. You know, once a week, I would like to go out and see friends at the bar or something. I'm not doing that at the moment because I want to do Saturday night streaming with you guys tomorrow. But in a typical week, I spend most of the time in the house because I work from home, and you know, if you can call it work. So I don't really get out often. So when I get an opportunity to go out with the laptop, whoa, fucking hell, it's a little bit windy. You can't see that, but the curtain's just blowing right around me. That's pretty cool, actually. So for me to get out with the laptop and go and do something completely different is good. I'm going to shut this sliding door over because there's a bit of a wind and I don't want to get hit by that curtain. So yeah, I like to get out and do the newsletter, do you know what I mean? So I did that today. Today's was about Arne's slot, contract situation regarding Trent, Salah, Virgil, latest rumours, speculation, my thoughts as to what, you know, is going to happen on that, do you know what I mean? So even if you've missed today's and you're not signed up, I think you can still access it. I'm not sure, to be honest. You know, my granddad, I'm not sure how it all works, but go to the video description and you'll see the link to what's called Beehive. That's the name of the company that provides that. And yeah, it's pretty good, guys. As a matter of interest, you might want to know this. I don't think you'll want to know this, but so I went to the cafe. I had 5 rashers of bacon. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 5 rashers, but I didn't have no sausages, no tomatoes, no hash browns, no mushrooms, no toast. Right, so bear with me. 5 rashers of bacon, 2 scrambled eggs. That's my breakfast, right? Low carb. There's no carbs in that, and 2 coffees. And I think it came to about €13, which is probably what, 11 quid, something like that. So yeah, I enjoyed getting out. It's good. But I've come straight back to do my morning briefing to speak to you guys. Now, before we proceed, because I think we're going to be here a while for this one, I want to give a shout out. How do I do this? Sorry, you know, I'm like, I had the hotspot on my mobile while I was out for the laptop, right? So I've turned that off. I want to give a shout out to the wonderful people that supported me yesterday. Let's have a look. So this is important to me, this. So on the stream yesterday, I did 2 streams yesterday. Jen, Watty, Johnny McLean, Andy Kirkman. Thank you guys. I did thank you at the time, but I want to thank you again for supporting the stream. Buy me a coffee. And the super thanks thing is the love heart on my videos. Yesterday, let's see if anyone supported me. I do believe they did. Where are we? Super thanks. Alan Metcalfe, thank you, Alan. Dennis Mann as well. Thanks for talking about mental health, Dunk. Diamond Geezer. That's a nice comment there, Dennis. Thank you, mate. I do appreciate the support as well. Here's Johnny as well. Morning, Dunk. Grab yourself a coffee when you get your bacon, bro, or put it towards something more potent. And yeah, so I think that's up to date on that front with the thank yous. Our acknowledgements, should I say. Right, what I do want to mention, I'm going to get that ready. I'll come back to that in a minute. There was one comment that I really liked yesterday. And you know that video I did about Darwin Núñez and, you know, mental health and things like that? I was really surprised that people liked that video, because at the end of it, I was like, trust me, every video I do, every podcast I do, I always think, was that all right, that? And then, to be honest with you, after that video, I thought, I don't think I did a very good job of that video, because I don't script them. I have an idea of what I want to say, but as you know, I go all over the place and often forget, or I don't know. It's not easy. And I was surprised by the feedback you guys gave me on that video. Edel Buttle, he said, Dunk, I'm extremely grateful for you continuing on after 2005. Because in 2005, I was subjected to immense hate online. I still get it, but it was really bad back then. They were obsessed with me and really, you know, targeting my family, my kids and everything. And I hated everything to do with Liverpool. I fucking wanted nothing to do with the club. I remember saying this. I said, when they were talking about moving new stadiums and things like that, you know, in like Hicks and Gillette and all that. And I remember saying at the time, they could bulldoze Anfield, as far as I'm concerned, and build a Tesco's on it. I couldn't give a fuck. That's what my mind was like at the time, because I was being subjected to so much hate from so-called Liverpool fans. Like, I was like, how can people, you know, like, we can't all get along, but we share the same love, and how can people be so vile and nasty? And the reason I mentioned that was because I was trying to explain how I felt or understood that why Darwin Núñez removed all his Liverpool pictures. He wanted nothing to do with Liverpool. He left the Uruguay ones there, or his international pictures, sorry, you know what I mean. But the Liverpool ones were all gone. And I remember making that video a few weeks back, saying, well, I think, you know, it's because of this, and I explained how I felt when Liverpool fans were turning on me. And Edel says, you know, I'm grateful you continued after 2005. I found you in 2010 as a young kid. It's 14 years ago, guys. Been here ever since. Your humour always reminded me of my father, and watching Cop Talk helped me a lot. Thank you for your resiliency during those hard times. I wouldn't have found comfort in Cop Talk otherwise. How nice is that? You know, and from time to time, you know, I say to you guys, you know, someone's left a shitty comment, and sometimes you see me respond, and I'm like, you know what I mean? And then you get people like that, Edel, like, I don't know if it's Ed El Buttle or Edel Buttle, but you know what I mean. Like that comment that you left there, you know, I shared that comment with like my family and that last night. You know what I mean? And it's true, guys. It really does make a difference. And I'm not wishy-washy. I'm really not. Do you know, like, I'm not. But at the same time, I'm soft as shit as well. I think I'm just a typical bloke. You know what I mean? Where you're supposed to be, you know, like, you know, the strong one and that. But we're weak as shit, really. Some of us, aren't we? I'm afraid to admit that at times. But you guys help me through everything. And I try to help you guys back where I can. And that's why it's really, really soul-destroying when people come in the comment section and leave comments like, this is just clickbait, or... Do you know what I mean? So, but, again, you know, lovely comment, and, yeah. So, yeah, I was surprised by that video, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was very good, but people must have related to it or something. I honestly don't know. So, when I was preparing my newsletter this morning, I put a post out, it'll always be tweets on Twitter, won't it? On the @CopTalk account. @CopTalk, @CopTalk TV, @CopTalk members, @CopTalk podcast. And I said, are you subscribed to our free LFC news emailing list? It's how CopTalk started back in the 90s, before it was a website. Subscribe free now and you'll receive this morning's update. There's no ads, and the big man, that's me, won't try and sell you any ball shaving products or the latest LeBron underpants. You also don't have to click through to any articles or other annoying shite that these numpties on here make you do. We're old school. We're happy with the occasional pint from our loyal supporters, opposed to clickbaiting the fuck out of our beautiful fans. And people responded to that. Mark Gowdy, Glasgow Red, Glasgow Red, for example, nothing but facts, dunk. You know what I mean? And that's the way that I like to operate, right? So what I mean by that is, if you go on X, these accounts, right, they have the ability to write up news articles if you want and post them on X, right? But they don't. They want you to click through to their website. They don't just have one advert on there, like multiple adverts, because that's what they want to do. And what annoys me about that, you could say, well, hang on a minute, don't. Everyone has, they need to pay their costs, and they've got the right to generate revenue and income, just like you do, Chubbs, right? But my response to that would be, that's very true, but I'm not going to mislead anyone to do that. You know, I know what generates revenue because I'm very experienced, but I don't do it, right? And rather than plaster ads all over something, it doesn't cost anything to open a Twitter account, by the way, or to run one. But if that's someone's job, then fair enough. But I'm always suspicious of people that have websites with lots of adverts on that seem to know everything. So it calls into question credibility and things like that. But you make your own decisions with that. And I was thinking about it today, and I've toyed around with this idea for a little bit, and I'm going to go there with you. So on X, for example, I used to just post the headline, the link to the headline on the website to get people to click through to the website. The same principle, I guess, but not really to generate revenue, but that's where the fucking news article is. So, like, I'm just telling you. But what I'm thinking of doing, and what I've started doing, to be honest, on there, is not doing that anymore. Because how annoying is it when you're browsing X or Facebook and, now I've got to click through and read it somewhere. No, so you can put the whole article in a post on X, for example, and people can read it without leaving. And I think that's good for the user experience. The annoying thing is there's a lot of people, casual people, that will read or whatever, and they'll never thank you, they'll never thumbs up, you know what I mean? They'll just like, whatever, fucking, not loyal, not support you or anything. Even though they could, and support can be just like a nice comment saying cheers for that. But I want CopTalk to be different to all the shite that's out there, to be honest with you. And I'm thinking of making the website coptalk.com completely ad-free, which would affect revenue slightly, because I don't have many ads on there anyway, and I don't do a lot of written work these days, to be honest. But I'm just thinking it would enhance the reader's viewing time on there, if that makes sense. Because if you read an article in the Daily Mail, the Liverpool Echo, the online versions, some of these content creator, these Liverpool accounts. There's one notorious one, I think, it's just fucking all, you know, like, oh my God, can you believe this? Click through to the website and then fucking 10,000 adverts. Absolute plank. I'm thinking to myself, that would be really nice for the user, you know, just to be able to read something without all the distractions. But it would, like, it'd affect you financially, but not, I don't think it'd make that much of a fucking difference, to be honest. But the way I try to do things is, you know, despite the numbers of people that follow me and watch my content, that I don't consider myself an influencer. I think to call yourself an influencer, you're the biggest plant pot in the world. Do you know what I mean? Because an influencer is just someone that, in my eyes, is paid to promote something to you, whether they believe in it or not. Isn't that right, Remy? Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas if I said to you, guys, I've bought this, I think you'd really like it, it would be because I genuinely think it would benefit you. And I get approached fucking multiple times every week to promote things. And I go, no, you're all right, thanks. So I'm thinking of, like, being the first, like, I'm thinking of going, fuck it, I'm going to go ad-free. And then they can't ever say clickbait because it doesn't benefit you in the slightest. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't clickbait anyway, for the simple reason that why would you do that to people that are good with you? So the policy that I try to do on my videos is, hey, I'll make videos for people. I'll do podcasts for people. I will post full articles on X. I will send out, you know, emails to you with no adverts in. I will not try and sell you anything on any of the different things I do. If you can see that I'm trying to be different, and if you're in a position to become a channel member or buy me a coffee or a beer or something, then why don't we do it that way? And that's what I've tried to do for years. It's much better, I think. Not everyone can do that, buy you a beer or buy you a coffee. But I still think there's people out there that would appreciate thinking, thanks for letting me read that article without having to be subjected to all that fucking shite. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to do it. The members' website's been ad-free ever since it started. And in fairness to the members, they've always said to me, don't get adverts on there, man. Do you know what I mean? Don't distract too much, it'll earn a few more quid. And I've always gone, no, I'm not doing it. That's the postman. I wish you could see him. He's like a yellow. It's like a yellow like the postal service out here is yellow. It's like a yellow moped, yellow helmet, and he's just like this big fat bloke. Like, he's great, man. And he always he never comes to my house all year round. We have communal post box at the end of the street. You don't have a letterbox. They don't come to your house, right? But at Christmas, the week of Christmas, he always comes to the house. That one day, he'll come along and go, Mr. Duncan, you know, happy Christmas, Feliz Navidad. Me and my 2 children, and it's like, go and get you fucking 10 or 20 euros, you could. And I didn't tip him last year. I've never seen him since. It's a true story. He must have thought, I'm not going back to that English fucker's house. I like him. Dear. It's true, if you look after the postman, he'll come to you, bring all stuff. If you don't look after him, all year round, you just get them cards left in your post box saying you need to come to the post office to sign for it. He ain't stupid, that lad, is he? I must tip him this year. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is, I want the experience of you guys, whether you're watching videos, reading news articles, reading news letters, listening to podcasts, I want you to be able to do that without being subjected to lots of advertising, virtually zero advertising. But what you need to understand is that when I do that, I lose out financially, but I'm still putting people before me. Does that make sense? Like, you see the way I look at it, all I want to do is exist, is pay my bills. Do you know what I mean? That's all I want to do, pay my bills. It'd be nice to do the occasional thing, but the truth of the situation is, I'm completely transparent, I wear my heart on my sleeve. The whole Cop Talk gig, each month, there's nothing left over, ever, never. I don't get a wage. My daughter Charlotte, that does fucking virtually everything, doesn't get a wage. We got one advertising job yesterday, which might sound contradictory. I've just been talking about advertising, but these are what are called sponsored posts, so you don't even see them. It's just so that they get indexed on Google. And that came in, and I couldn't really afford to give her anything, but I sent her 48 quid. I said, there you go, princess, you know, take that. So I look after her, you know, do you know what I mean? If I can look after her, I'll look after her. So we have a good little team going, me and Charlotte, with all this cop talk stuff, and I don't think people realise what goes into it. You know what I mean? It knackers me, to be honest with you. I'm not getting any fucking younger. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. I love what we do. And the point I'm trying to say is that you guys that are my channel members, you guys that do buy me a coffee, do buy me a beer, it's not funding, you know, like a new car or something like that. So I don't think you'd give a fuck if it did. You'd be like, nice one, look after yourself. What I mean is it just contributes to existing. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, so at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna make Cop Talk ad free, the website, because I think I can then say that's what makes Cop Talk different, because all the others are not like that, are they? None of them. So it makes Cop Talk unique. It makes it different, because I can turn around and say I've got the support of, you know, my peoples on the memberships, the subscriptions, you know, buying you a drink or something. I'd rather be like that. I think it's fucking good, and I quite like that, because it separates Cop Talk from all the rest. Cop Talk's always been different from the rest anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I don't really want to put that cup on there in case he jumps up there and knocks it off. So yeah, I've just been deep in thought, as you can probably tell, with it all. So and, you know, you do get these people online, you know, the haters and that, you know, they see you living in a nice country and all that. Do you know what I mean? They just twist it and spin things as to whatever they want. To be honest with you, I don't like memberships and subscriptions. I wouldn't have them if I didn't need them. Back in the day when we started, you made really good money from advertising, thousands and thousands of pounds a month in advertising, and you didn't need memberships and subscriptions. The reason I don't like them is it freezes people out, good people, and that bothers me. But the advantage is, on the members website, for example, is because you've got a membership, it also keeps dickheads out. You know, people that register for free and come in and disrupt and things like that. So that's good. But yeah, we've been here a few years, and hopefully we'll be a few years more. So yeah, I knew it'd be a long video because I was just thinking about it all. So we're going to do on Twitter, on X, I'm going to start putting all the articles on there. You don't have to click through to the website to view them. That helps people. On the website itself, I'm going to take the adverts off. There would, on the front page, still be some adverts down the right hand side, which you can see because I'm contractually obliged to include those. And let's be honest, on one page or down the right hand side, if someone, you see, when I talk about adverts, I'm talking about like Google ads that are all over the fucking place, right? But if someone comes along that says, I'll give you 100 quid, 200 quid, 400 quid, it would be stupid to say, no, I'm not putting that advert down the side. Does that make sense? So maybe it sounds contradictory to what I'm saying. There's a difference between sponsorships, I think, and Google advertising. So when you visit those websites and there's adverts fucking everywhere, those are usually Google adverts. Do you know what I mean? And people plaster the adverts on them. And I want to take that away so that the viewer's experience is better. Right, what else is there to talk about? I don't know. I think people do. I think people do care about what I say, and I think people do appreciate knowing things that go on behind the scenes. The morning briefings, that's what it's about. You know, telling you about what we're going to do and how it all works. Do you know what I mean? Because usually when I tell people, people are intrigued by it. You see, the thing is, we live in a world now, the internet is very misleading when it comes to football coverage and football news because of the reasons we're talking about. Because they want to maximise revenue. And there are websites that exist purely to mislead. because they don't care, because they just want to make money. Not make money to survive or to cover their expenses in being a genuine, authentic website for you, but because they're run by business people. And there's a lot of vulnerable people out there, I think, that don't realise who they are and what they do, and how so many of these websites are actually linked in. And I've seen it explode, guys, in the last couple of years, to be honest with you, especially on social media. It's very difficult, because if you think about it, my channel has become more into analysing and reviewing claims to try and help you out, to try and explain where things have come from with that bit of experience I've got, which I do think I've experienced with it. Miserable Martin, I talk about people supporting me. We supported Miserable Martin in the last few days. His mum that's very unwell in hospital. She's a very elderly, frail lady, and Martin's had problems getting to see her because of his own health and mobility issues. And thanks to you guys, we raised, I'm not sure how much was raised for him. I haven't asked him. I guess that's private to him, really. I think he will put a video out thanking everyone on his own YouTube channel, RedRawLFC, when you get the chance. But from what I understand, the last update, I reckon he's probably got enough for a couple of dozen taxis or something like that. I think. I might be wrong. I can't remember how much he said a taxi was, but I think collectively he's had 3 figures in or something like that. So my initial plan was to try and raise 50 quid, 100 quid towards him, say, and all of this is that he receives that. I had one contribution via PayPal, which I need to speak to Martin about, and also the lad that sent it, because if you send something to my PayPal, it gets swallowed up in deductions that they take, because I have a PayPal advance with them. That's why I didn't want to take any payments through PayPal, and also I don't want to handle somebody else's money and be caught up in it, people saying, hey, what's going on here, do you know what I mean? So apart from that one, everything has gone to Martin, and I want you guys to know that you've helped another Liverpool fan go and see his mum in hospital, and you know what I mean. And I'm not going to speculate as to what her condition is or anything, what the outcome of that will be. But I think if you check the comments on my videos or come on the live streams, Martin jumped on the streams last night. He'll tell you how his mum is. So you've done good there, guys. We've done something there, haven't we, for everyone? Again, that's what I'm saying about this whole Cop Talk gig. You guys obviously appreciate my content. I appreciate the support you give me to enable me to do it, right? Because if you didn't, then I'd have to go and do something else with my life, and I quite enjoy what I do when it's going right, when there's no drama. And it's not very often I get the opportunity to give something back to you guys. And most people say, you do enough, you keep us going and whatever. But little things like that, going to see Dale for his birthday, Dale watched my videos since he was a kid, and surprising him at his birthday party, helping Martin with, his getting to see his mum, stuff like that. I've done and organised crowdfunders for other people before through Cop Talk. Over the years, we've raised thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds for people. So when I can do something, I like to do it. I really do. So we talked about Miserable Martin, talked about what I want to try and achieve. The thing is, when you try and do things right, you often don't get much thanks for it from everyone that's out there. You get it from you guys. You watching my video. If you watch this video for 30 minutes, you're one of the hardcore people, right? You know what I'm saying? But you won't get really any thanks from going on X and posting articles in full with no advertising. Not from many people, because most people just take. Do you know what I mean? But even so, at least I can be different to all the rest. So that'd be good. What we're doing today, we're going to do a live stream at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I did a live stream at 3 yesterday and 8 o'clock last night, but I've got to be honest, last night I was knackered, so I don't know if it was just too much for me yesterday. But we'll see today. I'm going to commit to 3 o'clock this afternoon at the moment. We'll see about tonight. Tomorrow is Saturday night streaming. We'll do that at around 7 and 7:30 UK. Get in early, please. Don't come in late. Because if it's not busy early on, I'll lose interest and think it's pointless. So do please try and come and make it early. We'll have a good laugh. We have to split the server. You know, we have to put the audio and the video on the private server, coptalk.party, and then you have to use YouTube for the chat room. Okay, the instructions will be in the video description. You can ask in the chat if you need help. 2 devices will help you, to be honest with you. But if you can't do that, you can pop the stream out and drag it over YouTube. You can do that on a mobile phone, or you can do it on a desktop or whatever. So it is doable. So we'll do that tomorrow morning. Going for my haircut tomorrow, and we will. I'm going to the butcher's to get some bacon in the morning. No surprises there. I'd like to get some steak tomorrow. That'd be all right. Bit of steak, Remy. Oh, we'll get him some bones as well. So early start tomorrow. So my appointment's 9 AM UK tomorrow morning. And then I suspect when I get back, we'll do a live stream. Maybe, you know, just around lunchtime, maybe 11, 12, something like that, daytime. It's cup final day tomorrow afternoon, isn't it? So we won't clash with that. Who do you want to win that cup final? Difficult one, isn't it? Scottish Cup final's taking place at the same time, which is disappointing, to be honest with you. Sunday's, is it the playoff final Sunday? So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see Leeds get promoted. Love Leeds, me. Soft spot for Leeds. A lot of my family support Leeds. I want them to get promoted. And if we're not too hungover Sunday morning, we'll probably do a live stream early on. Yeah. I'm enjoying doing the videos at the moment. Sometimes I hate it, but at the moment I'm enjoying it. I feel blessed to have such cool fucking people on here. I really do, honest. Some great comments on that video from yesterday. That's it. So as you can tell, I could probably sit here and talk to you all day today. What time is it? Can you believe it's 5 to 12 here? And this is all I've done so... Well, I say all I've done the newsletter. Maybe I'll just take it easy today. Feel really relaxed. Spoke to Rob last night, my boy. We're doing a live stream on here on Saturday the 8th of June for those of you that like to see Rob on the streams. And we're going back to that same bar, you know, with the 7-pint towers. £16 a tower they are. I said to Rob, I said, we'll go. He said, he said last night, are we going back to the same place, Dad? I went, yeah. I said, because we'll just get 2 towers, 32 quid. What else do we need to do? Because booze can be expensive in the UK, right? He went, yeah, but Dad, it doesn't open till 3 on the Saturday. Well, I think we'll be all right. I love my boy, he's a good kid. So yeah, 2 weeks. Today I think I go to England again. Looking forward to that. I connected with a girl from school. I mentioned it on my Dunk Knows Best podcast. You should subscribe to that, it's pretty cool. I think so. I reconnected with a girl from school. She was 2 years below me at school, you know, at secondary school. And where are you going, Remy? When I was last over, because obviously she's from my hometown, and we started talking on my last visit. So we're going to meet up when I go back. I hadn't seen her for 33 years. I was 16, she was 14, but she was a very young 14, and I was a very mature 16. My girlfriend at the time was 21, which is a big deal when you're a 16-year-old, right? Boy. So me and her, you know, it's just no. And we've laughed about it. And I used to sit with her on dinner time, you know, lunch breaks and that. We used to sit on a little bench together at school talking and all that. It's quite cute when you think about it. And she said to me, when we spoke recently, she said, well, you know, you were Duncan Oldham, Mr. Popular. I was like so in awe of you and all that. It's so cute, man. Bless her. So we're meeting up. We're going to meet up when I go back. Yeah, she's a nice lass. Good girl. So that'll be interesting. But Rob comes first, you know what I'm saying? Like, my son comes before anybody, so I'll be meeting him and going for a few sherbets first. Will you miss me again, Remy? He's climbing up the wall here. Don't know if you can see him. No, I can't spin it round. This is a shitty tripod. All right, son. All right, then I'll go. I knew it'd be a long briefing, but I don't know. It was that the comments on yesterday's video were just so nice, and then I was thinking today about, you know, trying to do things right, trying not to blitz people with adverts. Yet at the same time, you do have to generate revenue, because if I didn't, you couldn't pay the bills. It's that simple. Do you know what I mean? But you don't really get anywhere by being nice, and that applies in a lot of things in life, doesn't it? You know, you can put a website on and not have a single advert, and most people go so fucking much. Do you know what I mean? But I'm fortunate. I've got some really cool fucking people on here. And when you hear me do the shout-outs in my morning briefings, I genuinely mean that. I'm grateful. You know, people like Jen, that every day Jen supports me properly. Do you know what I mean? I think the first two names today, Jen and Watty, straight away, you know. And like I say, that comment that was left on here, you know, someone talking about the dad and stuff like that and being appreciated, saying how much they appreciate the videos and how you've helped them. It doesn't cost anything to say that, does it? It doesn't cost anything to thumbs up a video. You know, some people won't even do that. Oh, yesterday's video. Do you remember yesterday's video? I said, was it the one about FSG and the structure? And I said, if you appreciate this video, thumbs up, but if you think I'm sexist, or whatever, thumbs down. I think there was 4 gay boys that did that. Yeah, that was funny. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham, OLDHAM, because I think I could do some videos on there, mate. One thing I have been thinking about is we have channel members on here and they're not getting much from me extra at the moment. I know that the majority of those people don't subscribe to the channel for that reason. They do it to help me. But I can't but help think that they should be getting something extra. We will be doing some live streams for them and stuff, you know, but the morning briefings, for example, I could make for channel members, but I think that might bother some people. See how it's hard to try and keep everybody happy? Then I thought about doing a lunchtime briefing. I thought of doing that, you know, like you should do the old lunch break, the tea break, or maybe an end of day, you know, review or something. I definitely need to come up with something for you guys that are channel members. So if you do have any suggestions, please do let me know. Because, you know, a lot of people, they'll subscribe for a little bit, then they cancel. You know, because usually I guess people subscribe because they see a video that might sound juicy. Listen to it, then fucking go. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to introduce like a 99p membership, but you can't do it. I'd have to cancel the existing ones, and then you'd lose everyone. So they don't make it, these platforms don't make it easy to help people. So, but anyway, we've got the right balance, I think, at the moment. But if you do have ideas or whatnot, please do let me know. I know Ed Elworthy, he's always got lots of ideas, as Ed. The Fabrizio Knows It All, I'll be creating that chat room this weekend for you guys that have come in on that project with me. That, you know, that have partnered with me. There is a link in the video description if you want to partner on that. But if you just want to follow that project, that channel, the socials, they're all in the video description. I do like them motorbikes that sound like that. You know, them big like Hell's Angel thing. They sound good then, don't they? Facebook group, I've just got that going again. That's in the video description as well. There's all sorts really, isn't there? Anyway, I suppose I better go. Otherwise I'm going to be here all day. I'm covered in dog hairs. I don't know what we've got to talk about today. See, I've just got a nice email here. Where is it though? Here we go. I finally subscribed to your newsletter. I've been meaning to do it since I subscribed to your YouTube channel, Cop Talk TV. But like you, my memory lets me down sometimes. I'm glad I subscribed now, and I look forward to you sharing exciting LFC news and to us LFC fans in the community who watch your videos on Cop Talk TV. You do fantastic work for us, and it's not easy creating online content, which you do a sterling job of, mate. I won't read his name out in case he doesn't want me to, but you know you are. And this is what I mean about an email like that. Sometimes it can just make you think, yeah, you're doing the right thing. I don't know whether, like, I always say I'm not wishy-washy, you know, and all that. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe some people don't understand it. But I'm authentic. I'm really real. Do you know what I mean? You maybe don't know what I mean by that. Like, I'm not creating a 3-minute long video, which is what YouTube advises you to do for maximum viewer retention and generating revenue and shit like that. I know this is a long video, but I know some people like them. And sometimes, you know, in life, behind the camera is a real person. And I can assure you that most days of the month, I'm usually walking around when I'm not on camera going, how the fuck am I going to do that? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm never going to, just constantly, you know, overwhelmed and worrying about things. But then you get an email like that. It's only 3 paragraphs, but he's took his time out to tell me that. And then that's what makes me, it just gives you that little bit of strength sometimes to carry on and do it. Do you know what I mean? We'll get there, won't we, guys? We'll get there in the end. Right. I'm going to, I was going to go and do some work, but maybe I should have a chill day today, maybe. Let's have a look. LFC. What we got on here this morning? Well, nothing really. Make sure you do subscribe to, you know, follow the links in the video description, guys. I'd appreciate it. You know, even if you follow on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, and mute the account, do you know what I mean? Flick is on the verge to become the new coach of Barcelona next season. I'm confused by the Barcelona situation, to be honest. See, and there's that account on Twitter, which is so shit. Right. Gotta go. Alright, guys, listen. If you manage to watch this entire video, do let me know. You're a hero if you did. Please thumbs up the video. I know you will. Drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button. You know the drill. It helps. It really does. Read the video description for all of the blurb and stuff like that. And I really do appreciate your feedback. You know, this is your channel, this is your website, your community, and I listen to what you say. All right, guys. Me and Remy, best go and do something now. Take it easy, guys. Thanks, man.